Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Friday night meditation wave. My name is Pina, and I want to thank you for stopping in to check this out. And I'd also like to thank Healthletica for allowing us to share and be together spiritually as a community while we continue to practice our social distance. So tonight is a meditation, and we'll be using some yoga postures and our breath in meditative poses to help us reconnect to our authentic self. So if you haven't already done so, please come meet me on your mat. And remember, this is your practice. You're at home, so you can do whatever you want to make this practice comfortable, relaxing. Dim the lights, put on your favorite music, grab a pillow or a blanket to roll up and tuck underneath your knees for our final relaxation. And always remember that yoga should never be painful. So if a posture is hurting or if it feels like a sharp or pinching pain, you need to come out of that posture and get yourself into a resting posture as soon as you can. I'm going to have to trust, because we're not in the same space, that you are going to honor your body and honor at this very moment as you come to your mat. That's the most kind thing you can do for yourself, is accept where you're at and begin from there. And then you can determine whether you want to challenge yourself a little bit or just take a more passive approach and a more relaxed approach to your practice. And so this evening we'll be using two mudras. The first is Anjali, and you obviously know this one because it's incorporated in almost every yoga practice. When your instructor says hands at heart center, you automatically know to place the palms of your hands together, joining the right and left hemispheres of your brain, the masculine, the feminine, the light, the shadow. And the other mudra that we'll be activating right now is the mudra of knowledge, or Gyan. And that one, you place lightly your thumb and forefinger together. Other three fingers are up straight, palms facing upward, backs of your hands on your thighs or on your knees. And you're seated comfortably on your mat. Legs can be crossed in lotus, half lotus, or if that's too much pressure on your lower back, you can extend your legs in front of you. And your eyes are closed, shoulders down away from your ears. Relax the jaw, relax the belly. And we're just going to take some centering breaths. Centering breaths. And try to meet in the present moment. And some of you often say, how can I do that? My mind is so filled with thoughts and worries. And that's very common. We often follow our thoughts and jump around from thought to thought, causing anxiety in ourselves. And Eckhart Tolle says that our thoughts especially the negative ones, are very seductive. They attract us. They want us. They attract us. They want us to follow them. And he asks us to consider when we look upon something beautiful or when beauty reveals itself to us, how it's the opposite of an anxious thought. If you're staring at a beautiful sunset or into the eyes of a child, or if you're looking deeply at a beautiful flower, it causes your mind to actually stop thinking. And it almost takes your breath away, takes your words away, takes your thoughts away. And it creates a little space inside of you. And that's the space that Buddha always tried to describe, that emptiness, where you're just feeling like everything's all right. And one of the fastest ways to find that empty space or create an empty space inside of you is by turning your thoughts inward with your eyes closed and just beginning to pay attention to your sense perceptions. And tonight we'll be using the movement of our breath. And as you're seated comfortably, eyes closed, your mind turns inward, and we observe the movement of our breath. And feel the breath, how it flows like waves, washing up on the beach. And as we sit quietly, tonight I'd like to acknowledge all the mothers, the grandmothers, the aunties, to the feminine, and all those who identify as feminine, to the nurturers, to the caregivers, to the role models, to all the selfless and loving humans, to the sacred feminine, that part that resides in all of us. We acknowledge and celebrate you. And as you release the mudra, stretch your arms up as high as you can, cross them over each other, and place your palms either on the floor or on your thighs, dropping your head, dropping your shoulders. And just getting a stretch down our neck, across the tops of our shoulders, as we begin to unwind all the tension in our larger muscle groups and joints. Just feel that tug in the back of your neck. Let it go. Let gravity pull your head down. And then with an inhalation, straighten your back. And exhalation, extend your legs forward out in front of you. And then placing the soles of the feet together, draw your feet into your body. And the closer you come to your body, the deeper the stretch will be in your hips, in your lower back, perhaps your thighs. And if you can, place your hands on your feet, on your ankles, your knees. And once again, close your eyes and drop your head, drop your shoulders. And this time we're feeling a stretch a little bit lower down our spine and our hips. We like to stretch. They hold a lot of tension. And as you're seated here, I'd like you to imagine and bring your attention into the base of your spine, into your root chakra. And this chakra holds sway over our basis needs and desires, our fears, our sense of security. And I'd like you to imagine that there are roots growing from your root chakra. It's a grounding cord that goes deep into the earth. And as you sit with your eyes closed and your head forward, imagine that the earth is feeding you through your roots. A green, healthy, clean, healing energy that rises up through your roots into your feet, into your legs, healing any pain or inflammation as it moves up your body, in your knees, your hips, up into your spine, penetrates into the base of your skull, around the front of your body, your face, your chest, your abdomen, and back down into the earth. This energy is abundant and available to you anytime you feel depleted. And once again, with an inhalation, straighten your back. Exhalation, extend your legs out in front of you and make your way into a tabletop. Nice wide hands placed underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. You're gazing downward onto your mat. And I'd like you to mindfully drop your spine into a U shape, decompressing each vertebra and just letting your spine hang down. And if you move your hips around a little, you'll reach the last lumbar vertebra at the base of your spine and decompress those as well. And just stay here for a few moments, letting your spine decompress and releasing all the tension that collected there throughout the day, throughout the week. And just let your spine hang in this U shape. And then with an inhalation, the spine curls up like a scared cat. And exhalation, release back down into that U shape. Inhalation, the spine comes up, the hips come forward, the shoulders go back. Exhalation, spine comes down, head comes up, so you feel a nice pull down the front of your body into your vagus nerve. And I'd like you to follow your breath as you continue to rise up the spine and then release it down again, following the movement of your own breath. And ensuring that you're actually using the spine to create that movement so that your core muscles and your back core muscles are lifting and then mindfully relaxing the spine. Nicely done. And back to tabletop. And now I'd like you to drop down onto your belly and place your chin on your hands as we prepare for the Sphinx pose. This is a very ancient posture, and traditionally, in all traditional writings, it is said to bring heat to the body and destroy disease and awaken Kundalini energy. So it's a very beneficial posture and appropriate for getting us ready for our meditation. And so we'll begin at our feet. So your feet are slightly apart, your soles facing the ceiling, the tops of your feet are on the floor, your legs are slightly apart, your buttocks are tight, your pelvis is glued to the floor, and as you move up your body, you'll place your forearms in front of you. Your arms are close to your body with your elbows underneath the shoulders. And that will naturally cause your spine to rise, and you'll feel a very intense stretch in your lower back. And your neck is long and relaxed. Your eyes are gazing downward about a foot ahead of you. And if you can, I'd like you to stay here and breathe through at least 3 or 4 cycles of breath. If the stretch is too intense, just drop back down onto your chin. But if you can, breathe through that stretch. Let the breath carry down your spine, down your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling the active muscles in your back. And last breath before you drop right down onto your right ear, releasing the arms so they're placed alongside your body, palms facing up. And your right ear is on the mat. And you're just dropping into this. You're letting gravity pull you down and releasing every ounce of tension that posture caused in your body. Relax your jaw, close the eyes, breathe. Let the feet fall away from each other. Legs are relaxed. And lift the head and drop down to your left ear. Closing the eyes, breathing through. Feel your healing energy flowing. Feel the tingling in your fingertips, perhaps in your lower back, in your neck. That's your own healing energy. And one more breath. And mindfully make your way onto your back as we prepare for a twist. And your feet are flat on the floor, your knees are pointing to the ceiling, your arms are out in a T, and mindfully drop your knees, both knees over to the right. And if you can, turn your head to look over your left shoulder. And do that only if it's not causing any pain or tension in your neck. If not, you can leave your head at neutral. So your knees are over to the right, your head possibly looking over to your left shoulder. And this is a very passive posture. My yoga guru used to say, it's as if you're falling asleep in a supine twist. You're releasing and mindfully release every vertebra in your spine. Notice how much tension you're still holding on to, even after 25 minutes of yoga. Your hips might be tight, your lower back might be tight. There's no need to hold on to any of that tension. You don't need it right now. Relax into the pose, close your eyes, as if you're falling asleep. And bring your attention into your heart chakra. It's open. Your throat chakra is open. Mindfully bring your head back to center, your knees up to neutral, and then mindfully drop them over to the left, turning your head to the right. Be mindful of your open chest. Imagine a healing green light emanating from your chest. Your heart chakra is open. Your throat chakra is open. Your eyes are closed. Release the jaw. Make your way down your spine, releasing any tension along the way. It's as if you're falling asleep. And return your head to neutral. And mindfully bring your knees back to center, placing your hands on your knees and making these little circles in a clockwise direction, massaging your lower back. you want to hear my masseuse joke again? Who needs a masseuse? Think of all the money you're saving. And now in a counterclockwise direction, taking out any kinks in the lower back. Nicely done. And now, with your hands on your knees, I'd like you to open your knees to either side of your body, exposing your sacral chakra, located just below the navel and pelvis. This is a very vulnerable position for many people. It's entrenched in our history, and we're taught to sit with our legs closed, protect our family jewels, cover our private parts. So opening up and exposing ourselves in this way is a very vulnerable feeling. There's a lot of insecurity related to the sacral chakra, but it's also the seat of our creativity. It's also the place where we allow joy and pleasure and love to come into our lives. And how can we allow that without vulnerability? How can we be true and authentic without showing our vulnerability? And so I challenge what we've been taught. And I say, expose our vulnerability so that we may live an authentic life and create freely and love freely and invite pleasure into our lives freely. And now mindfully using your hands to bring your knees back together, you will extend your legs down your mat as we prepare for our corpse pose or Shavasana. And here I encourage you to grab a pillow or a blanket and place it under your knees for assisted Shavasana. You may want to cover yourself with a blanket. We're not in the warm Healthletica studio, so and it's chilly tonight. Make yourself comfortable. Let your feet fall away from each other. And your legs are just far enough apart so that your lower back is free of pressure. And you can lift your shoulders slightly and place them down gently. Gently tuck your chin. Eyes are closed. Arms slightly away from the body with the palms facing upward. And relax the forehead. Release the eyebrows, the bridge of the nose. Close the eyes. Let them sink deep into their sockets. Relax the muscles of the face. Release the jaw. drop the tongue to the back of the mouth. Or sink down into the mat. Feel the relaxation flow down your arms, relaxing your biceps, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, the palms of the hands, thumbs, and all the fingers. Just relax. And feel that relaxation move down your spine, releasing vertebra by vertebra, down into your hips. Your lower back opens up, and your hips release onto the mat. Relax the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the shins and the calves, and let your ankles unwind. Release the arches of the feet, the tops of the feet, and feel that relaxation flow out the toes. Engage the abdomen and the pelvis. And if the abdomen is soft, you'll feel it rising and falling with the movement of your breath. Feel the breath how it flows like waves, washing up onto a beach. Feel that movement of the waves through your body. Bring stillness to your mind. Imagine your thoughts as thick, fluffy white clouds flowing in an endless blue sky. And watch your thoughts just float and drift away. And tonight I'll be leaving you in Shavasana because we don't have a yoga studio that we need to clear or lock up. You're safe in your own home, and you may want to rest a little longer, perhaps fall asleep. So remember when you awaken to slowly come back to the present moment by bringing movement to your fingers and toes. And consider the notion of rebirth as you awaken. Because here we are still, our body is regenerating, our cells are renewing. And when you come up from Shavasana, it's an opportunity to be reborn, to start all over again from that very moment. And now as you feel your breath flow, bring your awareness into the area of your heart, in the center of your chest. And think of all of those whom you love and everyone who loves you. Whether human or a pet, imagine looking into their eyes and feeling the love between you and them. And now bring gratefulness into your heart by thinking of all the things that you're appreciative of in your life. The air that you breathe, a good book, a warm blanket, your comfy bed. Bring gratefulness into your heart as you appreciate all the beauty and the love that surrounds you. And now consider the concept of forgiveness. And imagine what it would mean to your life if you were to let go. Let go of old hurts. Let go of old resentments. Let go of pain. Buddha also said that holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. Well, perhaps you're not quite on the journey, but will you allow the concept of perhaps one day allowing the thought of forgiveness? And imagine what it would feel like to live with an open heart, having let go, having peace. And now mindfully return turn your awareness into your breath and feel the breath, how it flows like waves washing up onto a beach. Feel your abdomen rising and falling with every movement. And feel the breath, how it's cool on the inhale and warm on the exhale. Imagine how breath can heal your body. Imagine your cells renewing, regenerating. And for the next few moments, sink deeper and deeper with each breath into a calm, healing feeling. Be safe. Be nice. See you next week.